What the hell? Where am I? What's that music?
Overweight, lazy, gut issues, inflammation, and aging.
Am I in an app?
5 problems, 1 solution.
Presenting the all-new 48-hour fast where I'll be consuming nothing other than water for the next 2. When did I agree to do this? Am I at least getting paid? Here we are at the last meal. Also, I got a new mic because my friend told me that the only reason that I hadn't succeeded after consistently posting on YouTube for 2 weeks was my bad audio quality. Nothing fancy, wanted to keep it high protein, low in carbs. So I have some chicken breast for fats and protein, some cauliflower and some pumpkin for some low carb, high fiber veggies. A couple of years ago, I used to do a lot of fasting stuff. All the physical part of it is true. You feel lighter, you lose a lot of weight, your gut feels healthier, inflammation goes down. Yeah, I agree to all of that. The one thing that I miss the most is the mental aspect of it. What I mean by this is, if you've been eating, let's say 3 meals a day, even when you're not physically hungry, sometimes you're mentally hungry. Your brain almost anticipates food at that point. That detachment, I miss. And that's why I want to get into fasting. And the 48-hour fast be the shortest time span that would get me to feel all those benefits so that I can get the ball rolling again. That's it. That was the last bite for the next 48 hours. It's the 30th of January, 8:49 p.m. So I'll be fasting on the 31st, fasting on the 1st, and on 1st at 8:49 p.m. I'll be free to eat again. I really wish I had some ice cream before I started that clock. Finally done with work. It's 12:30 p.m. Definitely not an ideal work day. But yeah, it is what it is. Hunger levels 2 out of 10. Super tired right now. Getting ready to hit the bed. Don't watch me sleep, you creep. 7 a.m. I really wish I could have slept for another 7 hours. But yeah, hunger levels are pretty much non-existent at this point, 2 out of 10. The only thing that I'm worried about is the workouts that I decided not to skip. So I'll be hitting the gym in an hour and then doing my 10,000 steps as usual. I have no idea if my body will be able to hold up. I really hope it does. I'm glad that black coffee counts as 0 calories and I can include that. Definitely need this to make up for yesterday's sleep and for that little boost in the gym. So yeah, see you at the gym. Just got completed with the gym. I couldn't record much at all. Number 1, because it's a super sponge gym. Number 2, I get super anxious setting up the camera, thinking that everybody's literally looking at me, that I forget that I have to do a set. And when I regain consciousness, somebody is already halfway through the set on my machine. Hunger levels, I'm super afraid are going to quickly rise now. But as of now, it's manageable. About a 3 out of 10. It's 12:30, my body expects 30 grams of protein now. We can't do that, so we're going to stick with 500 ml of cold water straight to the gains with a whopping 0 grams of protein. Surprisingly though, hunger levels are still pretty low. I'd say a 3.5 out of 10. Not really craving any food. It's 2:30 p.m. I wasn't really thinking about food, but something really irritating happened. Our neighbors, for the first time in their entire existence, decided to invite us over for lunch. And guess what they're making? Biryani. How the hell am I supposed to say no to that? The universe definitely has something against me. Back to work for me, I guess. It's currently 4 p.m. This is like my 19th glass of water or something. Work has been so bad today. don't even know what's happening. But that's a good thing because I'm super distracted, not hungry at all. Still at a 4 out of 10 on the hunger scale. But the biggest issue is that I haven't gotten any steps in today at all. I think I'm at around whatever I took to walk to the gym, probably 3,000, 3,500-ish. 7,000 steps is almost another hour's worth of walking. So I better get started on it now. I like to walk at home itself. So I do this weird thing where I find the longest path within the house and then I challenge myself to take apexes and corners as if I'm an F1 driver. Keeps it interesting for a while and then it's just an autopilot. Let me take you through the path I take. So we go quickly. It's a sharp turn. We lower the speed. Hit this apex. Hit this apex. Hit this apex. Hit the next apex. Here we are. We turn around, hit the same apexes, but this time the speeds are different because the corners are approaching in a different way. We hit this apex and finally 1 lap completed. It's 7 p.m. I finished my 10,000 steps like an hour back. Everything was going fine and then at 6:30 things took a sharp turn. I started feeling super lightheaded. I wanted to take a break, but then I got these bugs to fix at work and those things have been getting on my nerves, man. I have no idea what the solutions are. Easily another 2 hours of work, but all I want to do is lie in bed and go to sleep. Finally done with today's work. It's about 9:30 p.m. Super tired. I don't know what happened. Like, I'm feeling a bit lightheaded and all. I think it's because of lack of electrolytes, but I'm not in the mood to drink a salty glass of water right now. So I'm just gonna get done with my nighttime routine and hit the bed. An update on hunger levels, nothing. I'm just super tired. So that's probably masking most of it. But as long as that's happening, I'm fine with it. Catch you up tomorrow. 7:30 a.m. I slept like a baby. I missed all my alarms for 5 a.m. Absolutely remember smiling in bed yesterday because of how good it felt just to be in bed. But yeah, even though I am well rested, I kind of woke up feeling like I was hit by a bus. Everything feels fatigued, but I think that's partly because of glycogen depletion and partly because of electrolyte depletion. So I made this simple drink, nothing fancy, just some Himalayan pink salt and some water. It absolutely tastes like I dived headfirst into an ocean with my mouth open, but that's fine. As long as it makes me feel better, I'm okay with it. I'm pleasantly surprised that hunger has not been a barrier so far. Hunger levels maybe were a bit high yesterday before I went to bed, but then it was fine. It has always ranged between the, I'd say 3 to 6 range, which is absolutely fine for not having eaten anything for the last, what is it, 30 hours, I guess. Yeah, that's pretty cool. What I really want to see is how I get through today's gym, today's walking, and today's work. I feel like all the tasks require a lot more mental energy than you usually put in. That's the only difference I'm noticing. I did take on this challenge to see if I'm really capable of it. So let's see what I can do. I'm excited to see what happens.
Strength remained completely unaffected. Halfway through the workout, I actually realized I didn't even take my caffeine today. So that was even more surprising to me. Although I did notice that I was getting out of breath pretty quick. I had to take a longer break between sets, and even while doing this set, sometimes I had to stop and breathe. I always thought that the meals that I ate before I went to bed was important for the performance next day at the gym, but then interesting, very interesting. Let's see how it goes. I'm actually feeling much better right now after taking that shot of salt and water. Maybe even those electrolytes helped me get a better pump at the gym today. I'm not sure. But yeah, hunger levels are pretty much non-existent again, around 1-2. Let's see how it progresses throughout the day. p.m. Feeling absolutely phenomenal mentally, physically, fixing all the bugs that tortured me yesterday at work. I'm just on a high right now. Feeling kind of cocky and even thinking about extending this to 72 hours. Let's just ride it out and see how we feel at night. I never realized lunch break could be fun without actually having lunch. I have so much time to do other things. I watched a couple of episodes of Modern Family. I was able to get my steps in. I'm just killing it right now. Let's see what happens. I hope I haven't jinxed it and crashes and burns.
Just completed my 10,000 steps. I actually went overboard. I was watching some YouTube videos and I was so engrossed in it that when I refreshed my steps, I had gone overboard. I guess that's what good YouTube videos are supposed to do. Maybe someday. I'm not feeling hungry at all, but I feel super tired. Like I could literally definitely go to bed right now and then wake up tomorrow. Not sure if I'm just tired or if I'm actually dying. So I'll see you at the end.
The challenge was way better than I actually expected. It was hard for probably 35% of the time, but the other 65% I was just super fascinated with what was happening. First off, hunger. There was no hunger. I think maybe about 2 hours out of the 48 hours there was actual hunger that I had to suppress and overcome, but otherwise I wasn't feeling hungry at all. The only thing I was feeling was kind of tired, kind of sleepy. I don't know if that was because of prior sleep debt, could be, but then I was feeling really tired. I still am feeling really tired. I could just go to sleep at any time you ask me to. Second most surprising part was the gym. My mind is absolutely blown. I am pretty sure that I lost some muscle. The factor that I'm talking about is strength. I had absolutely no expectations to be able to go to the gym and complete a full-on leg day. Granted, I did take probably an extra 30-35 minutes because of the break I had to take between the sets. I was easily out of breath. That's no whole nother thing. But the strength was absolutely on point. Yeah, so I chopped this challenge down to entirely something mental and not physical. When you're trying to think of food, you're just telling your brain that no, I'm not giving you anything, deal with it. And I kind of feel more confident now in some way. And I was actually thinking of doing this every time I hit an exponent of 10 in terms of subscriber count. So for 100, I'll be doing a 3-day fast. And when I hit 1,000 subscribers, I'll be doing a 4-day fast. Kind of makes me feel better when I'm actually failing at this thing. Also, I've seen people orgasm when they eat after a long time. Yep, let's see what this orange tastes like. No, just an orange.